This ain't advice. I'm not your advisor. And as they say in the biz, slap that subscribe button. We're only about 100,000 away from 1,000,000. We're almost there. All right, welcome back. Let's get right into it. Currently stockpiling money, which you know is depreciating and wasteful. It's fine. Stockpiling money's never a bad thing, right? You're not sure what steps to take. What would we do in your position? All right, you're 28, started a new job, you're beyond financially stable. Love to hear that. For the first time, you've been able to save. Very nice. Get a large sum of money. Okay, let's check it out. You're married, no debt. Income's variable, 6 to 8K per month net. You work in private practice, similar to being self-employed. Company offers a 401k. You don't qualify until the summer. You're planning to contribute 9 to 12% of it. Okay, very nice, very nice. Your partner stopped working this year for school, but will be graduating and be earning 50K. Great, even more cash flow. You live in an apartment, and wow, you don't spend very much. Nice job. Savings is around 10K, and you have 40K in checking, which you say makes you cringe. Doesn't seem that bad for just having one person work. I mean, it's high, but it's not crazy high. You'll probably end up with a lot more money in your checking account at some point in your life. Okay, you do have a Roth IRA that you've been contributing the max to. Very nice. And one last factor is you need to save some money because you're planning. So you want to save some. What's wrong with having 50K laying around? I don't see any problems. From what you've read, it seems you benefit from taking the majority of the money in checking and putting it into index funds. You also plan on continuing to contribute the max to the Roth. Yeah, I would keep doing that. I wonder if this job puts you over the limit and you need to backdoor into the Roth. But you said you want to save up some money. I mean, how much do you need? Do you not need all the 50K? If you need the 50K, just leave the 50K alone. Just make sure you're getting some interest for it. You could open a brokerage account, same place you'd buy the index funds, and you can just go ahead and park all that money in a money market fund, get 1.5% right now, and use it whenever you need it. I don't see any reason you need to put that 40K to work, especially if you're going to be saving a lot going forward. I mean, if the market goes up between now and when you would have taken it out for whatever you need to use it for, yeah, you'll wish you invested it, but that's not crazy. I don't think you need to go do that. But if you did want to, you would just go open a taxable brokerage account at any of the major brokerage firms, wherever you got the Roth IRA work, and then you invest it the same way you did the Roth IRA. So, yeah, excellent work. First time moving out. Got some newbie questions about rent pay. It's your first time moving out, you got some questions. The moment you're saving to cover upfront costs of moving out, first month's rent security deposit, and you're 1 month away from being able to comfortably pay that. Very nice. When do those fees due? I think I've paid them either right when I signed the lease and just given them a check, or set up the electronic payments right after, but before I took possession of the apartment. I think that's the most common way. You want to start looking for apartments now, but you won't have all the funds for a month. You have to pay them on a move-in day. No, I think it's going to be before you take possession. And then probably like right after you sign the lease or when you sign the lease. What should you expect when talking to the landlord about moving in? Are they going to ask how you make your income and stuff like that? Yeah, they'll ask what the income is. They'll probably ask where you work, and they might ask for a pay stub. And if you don't have a pay stub, if you just have a job, they might want to see the offer letter with your salary on it. You have a good credit score with a full-time job. Your roommate is currently unemployed but has financial aid from school to move in with, and they plan to get a job. These things you should expect to have to explain. I'd say it depends on the landlord. If it's just a landlord, like one person who rents 1 or 2 apartments, then They can have their own totally informal process, whatever they want, and who knows what it's going to be. If it's a company, then you both have to apply, and if he doesn't have a job, that might be a problem. I don't know how that would work. I think you just have to test it out to find out, but that could be an issue. But if you can find, you're on Craigslist and it's like somebody that rents half of their duplex or something, and the person's got the money, you can prove it with a screenshot of the bank account. I don't see a problem with that. Comparing value of compensation in terms of 401k pre-tax dollar versus normal income. Suppose you work for a company that has a nice retirement benefit where they invest X percent of your salary straight into your 401k each year. This is on top of the employer match. As you're modeling out your finances, one question that popped in your brain is, what is the benefit actually worth against the alternative of just having those dollars converted into normal taxable income? To make your question clear, suppose you make $50K and they put 5% or $2,500 into your 401k annually. Sure, this is much preferable if you were to assess another job paying you $52.5K in base salary. No, I'd say it's exactly the same. I'd say it's actually a little worse because in the case of the 52.5K, you could always put the $2,500 into the 401k and end up in the same space. Okay, let's keep reading. Question becomes, what dollar amount is straight base salary would you require to break even? Assume your individual contributions are, you're maxing it out at $52K. Okay, so that's the exception where it's not necessarily better because you're getting a little more money into retirement, which you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, but that seems unusual. So no need for a specific answer. Yeah, it depends on how long you're going to let it compound for. I mean, if all you're doing is doing the math of saving $2,500 after taxes outside of the 401k or $2,500 in the 401k, not that big of a difference. I could just assume that you got a Roth IRA, in which case the tax rates are the only thing that change. I would just count them 1-to-1. Doesn't seem like a real difference to me.